What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? My name is Arif, and this is your Daily Chat Season 6, Episode 3 for January 18th, 2021. How is everybody doing today? What is going on? Well, we didn't get a lot of CES coverage from me, but I have an excuse. I do have an excuse. For those of you who were watching my Twitter feed, you would know that on Tuesday, I had begun, building my new PC. I got a 3900X, and I figured, quick swap in and out, no problem. Motherboard, RAM, done and dusted. The whole thing, 6 hours. 6 hours with the wiring, not a problem. Well, we came into a fun issue where the computer would not power on. And by not powering on, that's kind of a problem when you're working with a computer. You kind of need power. So as a result, I waited for the next day, and I'm like, maybe I'm just tired. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, maybe I'm just tired. I just don't care anymore. And I had live streamed the whole thing if you're watching on the Twitch channel or the Facebook channel or any of the other channels. But anyways, I was like, screw it. I'm going to go to bed. Got up the next day. So now we're into Wednesday. And I was like, okay, maybe just dumb luck. Hit the power button again. No response. Just dead as a doornail. Okay. Maybe I wired something wrong. Possibly. Look, I built 3 computers in that week. It's not likely that I screwed anything up, but hey, you know what? There's a good chance that maybe I did. Anyways, I take the whole thing apart again. Take out all the wires, okay? And I replug everything back in. Nope. Nothing. Not a single thing. Well, maybe I did something wrong with the motherboard. You never know. I know the RAM was fine because I didn't seat the RAM. The other company did, who I bought the computer from, the store, Memory Express. They seated the RAM and the CPU, so I knew that they had tested everything and it had worked fine. So I knew it was not those things. And I took everything out, took it off the standoffs, took everything out, and then I redid everything on top of the box. So I didn't even put it back in the case. I just put it on top of the box, plugged everything back in, hit the power. Nothing. Okay, maybe the case is bad. Get another case, plug it all in, power. Nothing. We are now at 4 a.m. on Wednesday. We are a full 24 hours removed. Okay? And now we're like, God damn it. Okay, I call Memory Express, and I'm like, hey, I'm having this issue. I need one of you guys to take a look at this motherboard and CPU and RAM. I bought it all from you. I don't have the warranty, the extended warranty, but I would appreciate if somebody there could look at it. Being the ballers that they are, they let me bring it all in. They test it for me. I get the report back, fire it up. First try, no problem at all. I don't know what your problem is. It works. So I buy another power supply, come home, plug it in, hit power, nothing. And I grabbed the old PC as one of my testing methods, plugged it in, nothing. So now we were confirmed that it was the power supply that was the problem, but we didn't know what was wrong with the power supply per se. We just knew that it was the problem. And then I call friends in IT. They are trying to troubleshoot it with me. Nothing that they do works. I've tried everything I know. Google basically told me to go away. I had Googled so many different problems. And then thankfully my neighbor, who also works in IT, he came over, fiddled with it a bit, and got it to kick on. I don't know how he reset the power supply, but he managed to get it working. And yeah, that led us into Friday. So on Friday is when we got it working. Mind you, I started this project on Tuesday night. But yes, if you were following on my Twitter feed where I was live documenting this, there is the final product of when we got it all up and running. Thankfully, it now all works. That is what I'm broadcasting this on. And it's funny because we went through all this work only to have to, in a few months, take it all apart again and put the 5900X in. We went through all this work for a temporary PC. I don't really know what to say to that. I just know that I make fantastic purchasing decisions. So that is why you had no CES coverage from me. It wasn't that we didn't have much news. Mind you, we didn't have much news. but that is why you didn't have it, was because I physically did not have a computer. And I know the next thing for people who have watched me for years know that I have like a million PCs. Why didn't I use one of the other ones? This was a 1 in a million chance that all the PCs that I use were down for a period of time. Because this is a temporary PC where I'm going to replace this 3900X with a 5900X. In my head, I was like, okay, since we know for sure we're going to replace this, what I should do is take the backup computer, which I would have used, take its guts out, put that into the server for the house, take the existing house server components, which are an AMD FX 8320E, put that to the green screen computer out at the bar because I don't have a computer out there right now. And then when I get the 5900X, I can immediately build the new PC and call it a day. So everything went down at the same time. And it wasn't worth it to me to use a stopgap PC for what is essentially a 10 to 20 minute YouTube video when I could just keep working on the PC. So it was a 1 in a million chance that this would ever happen where all of the PCs in the house would go down. And I did have my laptop, but I don't want to edit videos on my laptop. That just sounds awful. So that is why you guys had no videos. Forgive me if you can. If not, I get it. I know I'm a horrible liar. I'm just the worst kind of streamer possible. But let's get into our quick recap and show you what happened at CES. We didn't get a lot of great news. Being a virtual conference this year, it wasn't fantastic. I feel like we kind of got a lot of the scrap announcements that we would have got throughout the year, but they gave them to us at CES, so they didn't have to give us the full fat juicy stuff where if you had this at a building, you would have got a lot of press coverage, hands-on kind of things. I feel like we got a lot of a lot of scrap material. A big thing, obviously, on day one is almost always about screens, TVs, roll-ups, tablets, phones. That was basically all of day one. And of course, one of the highlights is we are getting 42-inch OLED TVs now, which is great. This is technology that we've really kind of had only at the bigger screen levels. And being down at 42, that means the cost is going to come down. Hopefully, we're going to get them a little bit more affordable. Hopefully, they fix the ghosting issue, but if not, whatever. I'm just happy that this is trickling down to us, as you would expect over time. Next, we had Nvidia announcing their RTX 3000 graphics cards for mobile or for laptop. Yeah, you know what? Nvidia, they had a few announcements this year, and we knew that the RTX 3000 mobile was coming. We knew about it about a few days beforehand. I can't get really thrilled about this. I'm not in the market for a new laptop. I just bought one 2 years ago. So it's cool and all. They have the metrics here on the screen, as you can see. Look, we knew it was going to come, but I don't know. If you're in the market for a laptop, this might be the time to look at it. But if you're like me, you might just want to, take a hard pass. Speaking of mobile, we also got Ryzen 5000 for mobile. So you can see right here is the chart of all the cores and all the counts. A very, very boring conference from AMD. Shockingly boring. Just the biggest circle gratification moment that you could have possibly had between Lisa Su and all the other companies. One of the worst I've ever seen. It was just terrible. And then we had Nvidia announcing the next lineup of graphics cards. So we had the 3060, the 3060 Ti. For now, the one thing they did do was kind of downplay this one a little bit based on the fact that the stock is still nowhere near at market levels that it needs to be. But we did get a little bit of information on the bus size and the memory allocation for each card. Look, it's good that we're getting these, thank God. But until the supply chain kind of normalizes out and we are actually able to just buy them off the shelf without having to fight for them, they're probably going to hold off on making these cards. Now, the one thing is 3060 is using old GDDR6 RAM, and I suspect that since we've been using GDDR6 for quite some time, I got to expect the yields and the methodology for creating that probably has been far more optimized. So we might get more of these cards than we would have 3080, 3090. But I could be wrong. I could be completely off base. I'm not exactly sure. Just in my head, after the 20 series has been around for so long, I have to imagine that the way that they produce this RAM has to be somewhat optimized. And in newer news, we are getting a GeForce GT 1010. You might be wondering, what is it and do I need it? These are home theater graphics cards. They are literally the most bare bone. I need something that produces a video out signal for my TV. That is what these cards are for. These are not gaming cards. Lightest gaming, like Stardew Valley level gaming. These are not high power cards. These are very much just for a TV, but they're really cheap though. They're $125, $130. They're very low cost, and it's perfect if you're doing something like I am, where you just have a bunch of computers hooked up to a bunch of TVs. But there you guys have it. That is your news for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Daily Chat and the regaling story of my whole issue with the computer. But we are now working off Mir. Nope, not Mir anymore. No. New PC, new name. This PC is now StarKiller. So we are now working off StarKiller. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, hey, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Join me on Twitter or twitch.tv/Lorix2015. And I will see all of you on the next episode of Daily Chat. Have a good day, guys. Bye.